Hi and welcome everyone. I hope you're ready for some crafty inspiration. If you're wondering what my project Healing a Broken Heart is all about, check out the link down below. So last week was Heartgood's annual appeal and we had so much fun. Volunteering is, it gives you that same feel-good factor as when, you've had a really good workout. Well, so I'm told, because it's really not my thing. I'd rather do dancing or something that I don't know that I'm exercising. But yeah, really cool, good week. And yeah, if you didn't donate and you wanted to donate, just I'll pop a link for that down there below as well. But yeah, if you only donate to charities once a month and you've already done your quota this month, it would be lovely if you would consider Heart Kids next time. Okay, let's get into it. So this is my first card of 5 for this video, and I'm going for an out of this world theme going on. So I love my sparkles. So what I've done is I've gone through and picked out a few papers that I like, and I've chosen this geometric multicolored paper, and that's the start of my base. Then I decided that white on white or white on the craft paper was not me, so I got out my black card that I had there, which has got a pearlescent in it, and it's so pretty, and use that as my border. So I've cut that to face my whole card, and then cut a 1/2 inch border all the way around my pattern paper, and then I've cut up this strip of, they look like holographic stars on them, just a side part to the card, and just to put a bit of interest in there. Now so it's a little bit crazy, but you don't have animals in the sky, but that's the whole point. I wanted it to be out there, and I thought this card would be really cute for a younger kid, for whatever reason. Could be birthday, could be just to say hi, and give them something fun to look at. And yeah, so I've chosen the cute giraffe, a frog, and what was the other one? Oh, a whale, because there's no way that any of those even go in the sky, but that's cool. So I'm just adhering both of the cardstock and paper to the card, and my Scotch tacky glue is running out, but I definitely prefer this type of glue. Look at how cool that is. Now, if you're wanting to know what products or things that I use, I will be linking that down below as well. But yes, if you have any questions about anything at all, definitely head down to, or pop a comment on this video or on my blog, just so that everyone can benefit from the answers. I'm definitely an open book, and if you want to at any point get involved in this project, I always say more the merrier. So just get in contact and we'll have a chat, whether it can be little or small, little or big, it doesn't matter. Just give me a buzz and let me know that you're interested in, or you're thinking about that you may be interested in helping out in some way, and that would be, you know, really, really cool if you do. So yeah, just measured out my border, or whatever you call it, and I'm not one for measuring too much, so just use my eyes and cut it out. It's all about the look, the appeal. It's not about being perfect, it's about having fun and yeah, just creating something that you like and think's cool. So I'm going to emboss these stamps images onto the card. So whenever you do embossing, you make sure you put some static free powder on there so you don't get bits sticking all around your images. I'm just placing those where I want them to be. Then I'll get my acrylic block and put that over the top. Now, I don't know whether you call it lazy or whether you call it I don't know the other word for it, inventive, but I decided I wanted to do these all 3 different colours, and instead of doing one colour and getting rid of that one and then the next one and so forth, I decided to just do it all at once and hope for the best. Well, not hope for the best, but I had a theory in my head that would work. So yeah, just the top one I was going to stamp black and then put over it's like, I want to say snowflakes, like it's clear and got all this glitter in it. It's really cool. So it will stand out over top of the black ink, and there was a giraffe, and then the frog, I just put the clear sticky stamp ink on him and also on the whale, and then I put green embossing powder on the frog and blue embossing powder on the whale. I made it really bright and make it stand out, make it real crazy and interesting. And it, you know, with the embossing and everything, it just has that dimension. So here we go, all the 3 different colours. Now watch this. So it looks like there's lots of embossing powder on there and you don't want to waste any. So watch how I keep the colours separate. And it worked. I'm just making sure they're separated a lot more. I put paper in there and I just carefully put it down so they're separate. Stamp it, and then I did the last one. So I put that to the side and I managed to put all those back in the right containers with minimal wastage, which was, I thought, now that's cool. Because yeah, even though they're cards, they do actually take a bit of time to do. Like there's a process and you know, the thought and the time that things take, you know, it is quite a bit. And I think I ended up staying up till 1 o'clock this night doing, after Eva went to bed, doing these cards. So yeah, that's quite a bit of time. So if I can save some time somewhere, then I will. So that card's all done, and now I'm on to the next one. So I decided to put a sentiment on this one. Let's celebrate, I think. And just putting my anti-static powder on, and I decided to stamp all of these with the same sentiment so that I can have them done for another card further down the track, and they're already done. So while I've got everything all out, I just do it all at the same time, and it will hopefully save me time down the track. So stamping them all in clear sticky ink. Make sure you put the lid back on so it doesn't dry out, and then put some gold embossing powder on these. And when you're doing your embossing powder, the trick is to actually put a piece of paper underneath what you're working on before you start, which I didn't do here, and that will make sure you catch what you need to do, or use a card. There's a few different ways you can do it, but there you go. And just flick the back so that make sure that there's not too much sitting around the images. And if there's still some on there after you've given it a flick and sticking around it, just use a bit of a paintbrush and just dust it off very carefully. If you actually go over the image, it will take off the embossing powder, so just go ever gently around it just to take off that excess so it doesn't stick onto your paper when you emboss it. So I've just put my front of my card, which was the bluey greeny pattern, into the embossing folder, and I've taken my sentiments away, and I have just embossed that piece of paper, put it through the embossing machine, and I also heated the embossing powder on the sentiments, and I have brought them back. And now I'm just tidying up this front page, which will be going straight onto my card. I'm just tidying up the edges, and it's sort of hard to see, but it's all raised and embossed. It's sort of a leafy, viney tree design, and it looks so cool with that green pattern. And here I'm just cutting my sentiments down so they're all ready to go for another time. So the colour on this is mint and gold, which is so cool. And I was going to just leave it square, how I've done, just cut those there. But when I put it on the card, it looked a bit too, it didn't look right. So I decided to fussy cut around it, leave the mint and the green on there, some of that on, and then I backed it with some white cards. So just putting this embossed piece of paper on the front of my card, checking out the measurements, because I didn't measure it when I did it. I was just tidying it up first, and I see that it didn't look right. It was too big or too wide, so I just trimmed it a little bit more off each side. So here I am looking at it where I was going to put the sentiment, and it doesn't look right to me at all. And yeah, so I just fiddle around a little bit and think, what am I going to do? How am I going to get that to look good? That's what I'm doing here. Thinking very hard about it. There you go. So there I am. I just decided on doing the fussy cut, and then I'll back it with a white card just to make it pop off the green there. Right, well, I'll just chuck some music on while I pop the foam adhesive on and just finish this card off. So this is the next card, and it says Merry Everything, and you're thinking, what are you doing? It is June, just halfway through the year, and you're making a Christmas card. Well, before you know it, it will be Christmas. So if I don't start now, there won't be any Christmas cards. So the paper that I picked out, it made me think of Christmas. So I thought, right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do a Christmas card. So I went through my stash of stuff, and I found this tag that said Merry Everything, and I decided to cut a piece of white cardstock to, I did a double border to make it really sort of pop out. So I always do about a 1/2 inch borders, but I'll put measurements in my blog. Yeah, so that was going to be 1/2 centimetre border as well. So a really simple card, but very cool, very effective. Now, cream and white don't really go together, but with this card I thought it looked just really good, because where I put the card is sort of snowflakey type images. They weren't stark white because there was so much gold in there, so it sort of gave it a tint of the gold on it. So when you put it on there, it just looked really cool. You didn't notice the difference in colour, and it just worked really, really well. So here's the next card that I looked at. So I used this mint and gold hexagon paper as my inspiration to start with, and I really wanted to use this cute fox and this orange embossing powder that I've got as well, and I thought this fox is gonna go with this mint green really well. So I pulled that out first, and then I thought, okay, well, I can't have this little fox on the card without anything else. So I'm just going through and saying, well, what can I get to go with between the two items? So I picked out this card out of the same pack, and I saw this little wee white bow, and I thought, that's so cute. And I put the fox up to it, and I thought, that looks really cute. It was a little bit oversized, but it just added to it, so I decided to cut that bit out. And then there was also a sentiment on the mint one, which I backed with white cardstock in a square, and I thought, right, that's going to go perfectly with it and just balance out that card and having two things on the card. So just trimming down the front of my card. Cutting around the sentiment, which I've just backed with white cardstock. So again, a very simple card, but very effective and super cute. It could be for a boy or a girl, but I think I'd probably give it to a boy. I think the sentiment says take each day, or do one day at a time, which I thought would be quite fitting when you're in a not so good environment up in Starship. Yes, as I know from our experience, you can't, if you think too far ahead, you you just do your head in. You like I know our first time we knew we were going to be there for a while, but we had no idea. It ended up being 3 months in the end, or nearly 3 months, 2 weeks shy of 3 months, I should say, to be exact. And yeah, you do. You just have to live in the day and just deal with what's happening in front of you. Like if you start thinking about things that are happening at home or all these things that you have to do, it's nuts. You just have to just live in that day. So I thought that was quite fitting to put on this cute card. Putting my piece of foam on again, so I'm popping up the sentiment, and I'll also prop up the little bow tie, but I'll have to do those at the end. I'll do my embossing first on the fox, and then put the stamps on after. So use the clear stamp and the clear sticky embossing ink to stamp the fox image on, and I just sort of eye it up and place it on my card where I want it first, and with it having the lines there, it made it quite easy to know where to put it exactly again once I put the stamp on, so that was quite cool. Yeah, so just inking that up and putting it on. Sprinkle my orange embossing powder on, bright orange. If you can think of any other ideas I can use bright orange embossing powder, definitely leave me a comment, because I think it's such a cool colour. It is hard to work with, to find different ideas, but you know, when you can get it to work, it's just so cool. Right, so I've used the heat embossing tool, and my little fox is now heat embossed on there, so I'm just taking off the backing of the adhesive foam and putting my sentiment on, and then my cute little bow, which I lost for a while but found it again, luckily. How cute does it look? So, and I also get out a black gel pen and just colour in the nose black and the eye, and I might actually put some clear glue or something over it just to keep it there, because I'm not sure if it's going to rub off. If I do that, I will put it in my blog, so I have to check it out later after it's dry whether it will rub off or not. So that's that one done. On to the next card. So I decided there's so many thank you cards that I need to do personally for there's so many people that have helped us and through this journey, and you know, I don't know where to start, and I always think it's saying thank you enough. Like, and I don't, and whenever I sit down, I think, well, who do I give one to? There's so many that my head starts spinning, and I start, feeling nauseous and everything like that. So I haven't done them. So I thought, well, I'm doing one, or I'm going to do them. So I don't know if this is for anyone in particular, but it is, I think, a card, and it's going to be from me, which is why I've got a photo of our daughter there. She's at the teddy bears picnic. She has her Heart Kids bear, Maya, and she's got her Heart Kids Fighters Club t-shirt on and a pretty gold and white tutu on. Now, we had Ari from Flawless Dance Studios in Hastings, and also does his Precious Moments photography. She has really cute newborn photo shoots. She took this photo of Eva, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. We were just playing in the field while we were doing a stall trying to raise money for Heart Kids at the teddy bears picnic, and I just thought that was the cutest, and just something really special. Yeah, something special and personal to give them, because I don't know how else to thank them. So yeah, just put a lot of thought and effort into it. There's so many people to thank, and I don't know where to start. So back to the card. So I've just stamped gold onto this black card, and I will go and use the embossing machine to emboss that on the card, and then I'll just fussy cut around them and put them on the card. So I did lots of them so that I'll have spares for another card. So when I cut them out and I looked at them, the thank you stamp actually didn't work too well. It's too tiny. So I didn't end up using that, and I actually, in the end, it was so late at night doing this one, I cut them all out, and I was fiddling around with the card, and I was figuring out where to stick them, and I was just like, right, I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to come back, and I'll do it in the morning. Like, I know I need something else, but I couldn't think that late, so I just left it. So you'll see in the photos what I ended up doing, which was another piece of the green, mint green and gold strip, and I put a heart on it as well. So just adhering this page down, so it just covers the whole part. I didn't end up backing that one. Yeah, so put that down. And when I'm working with stuff that's got foil or gold foil on it, or foil in general, I find that it can scratch quite easily. So I like to use some cloth or clothing or something to stop it from not scratching. If I'm using it for stuff that like my footprints and things, I do it for another reason as well, just to make sure that I'm not getting oils and stuff on the card, so that it doesn't go yellowish and stuff. So that's why I'm doing that. Right, okay, so I think that I'm just about to the part where I give up. So thank you all for stopping by my project video, Healing a Broken Heart. I hope you found some creative inspiration, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And yes, again, if you want to help out in any way, either by joining and making cards or sharing this video, or maybe you want to supply some products, or you're a business owner and you want to get involved somehow, definitely just get in touch. I say more the merrier, and every little bit helps. Like, even if you're not into this crafting or anything like that, if you're in Hawke's Bay and you want to volunteer, just sing out, just get in touch. There's always be something that you can contribute in some way. Okay, so I will catch you later, guys. Until next time, sending lots of love, hug and strength to you all. Take care and look after each other.